Hey, I am Zach. Welcome back. Now, I'm going to make myself perfectly clear right now. I've been watching a little show, just a tiny little show called Death Pedal here on YouTube. It's only gone around for, not very long at all. Oh, no. Oops.
I still can't believe.
Oops. Oops. I don't know if you guys could have heard that or not. You know, just a little show. Ooh, uh, just a little show called Death Battle. Not too. It's not a big channel at all. Well, not at all. Comparative to my whopping 2 subscribers. Oh, I am very pleased to say. Anyway, on to the meaning of this little incursion. Now, I've seen these things going around lately where people would predict their death battle lists. It's here on YouTube, and whatnot. So I decided to sit down and give it a shot. Who do I would like to see on the show? Now, keep in mind they did do a poll a little while ago on this. Now, again, I'm going to make myself perfectly clear. These are characters that I would like to see face off one another. Now, some of these characters are broken and honestly will never be compared to one another. One's a complete stomp, while the other one is like quite even. Like the first one on here. Now keep in mind, and I am trying my best to keep my life. It's a little bit of a secret until I'm ready to present it. Now, I'm going to make myself clear. I'm not a tier list expert. Some of these characters I might think it could win and to another character, but I could be completely wrong. Okay? Now, on to my list. Let me grab it. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the slides. My predictions. Down 1. First prediction would be Cell from Dragon Ball versus Ultron. Now, the argument is this for these two is can Ultron take over Cell? Due to his biological means. It could be argued that since he's a bio android, he can't, or he can, depending on what version of Ultron. Like in the movie, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but in one of the movies, is where the movie that Ultron appeared in, he was trying to put his consciousness in Vision, which is a bio android, and he was hoping to take it over, but later on in the movie, he wasn't able to, but I'm not sure. But either way, it would be an interesting fight. Now, I don't know if I would give him the Infinity Stones for Ultron on that case, but I think it would be a quite interesting fight. Right? But who knows? So tell me what you think. Oh, who I think would win this fight? It, I think it would actually be. If we're talking about complete destruction, I would go with Cell winning. But if we're talking about survivability, I would give it to Ultron. Ultron is a hard creature to put down. If you put him in a box where Ultron only has one body, Cell. But if you give Ultron his full arsenal, I would have to give it to Ultron. But that's just me. This channel is based off of opinions. Tell me what you think. On to the next one. Number 2. SCP-682 versus Kara from Undertale. Now, some of you might be thinking, Zach, this is a pretty weird choice. For one, who is Abel? And what is an SCP? Well, quickly, SCPs are fictional online characters from the Foundation. The Foundation categories anomalies into containment cells. SCP-076 Abel is from the biblical myth of the Christian Bible, and Cain killed Abel. Now, every so often, Abel will appear out of his box, SCP-A, and go on a rampage. And please go see the wiki to see his full story. Okay, and what about, Kara? Kara is a homicidal child from the Undertale series. Now, I'm going to make myself clear. I don't think Kara is the main villain, but that's a topic for a completely different issue. But I think it would be a quite interesting fight between the two. Now, here's the problem. Canonicity. If you're going purely based off of the Abel containment and notebook, Kara wins. But if you take Abel's canonicity into full account, then it would be Abel, because I believe one of Abel's swords can actually delete people from all timelines. But I can be wrong about that. So I'm not 100% sure, but I can't remember what story I read it in. I don't even know if it's still canon. Okay? The reason I keep saying canon, like, in quotes, is because the SCP Foundation doesn't have a canon. And it's really hard to pinpoint a real fight on Abel's half, but overall, well, I would give Kara the victory. Not because Abel's not a good warrior. No, he's an amazing warrior. As a matter of fact, the only way that you can really put him down is complete destruction means. Kara, on the other hand, would die multiple times over to Abel. But there's a wee thing here. Kara has this little thing called determination. Determination allows Kara basically to go back to an old checkpoint and just keep doing the fight over and over and over again until eventually they win. Now, is that fair? No, but it's a fight. So I think eventually Kara would take this. Now keep in mind, if canonicity, if I can't remember what it's from, but that's my prediction. Kara takes this fight. But it's also based off of opinions. Tell me what you think. On to the next fight. Number 3. Here we go. 682. SCP-682 versus Ben 10 from Ben 10. Now, you might be thinking, again, Zach, what's this SCP? Again, from the last one from Abel, SCPs are fictional characters or anomalous entities. 682, aka the involved, the almost unkillable reptile, is a reptile that practically can't die from anything. I think the only character in the Foundation's database that could reasonably take him out is a. Ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Please ignore that. Oh, we'll back up. Is the Scarlet King, and SCP-196, the mobile statue thing is the only two entities I want to say that can actually permanently kill him, but I can be wrong. Wrong again. Canonicity. Ben 10. Now, in this fight, Ben 10 will have his full arsenal to him. I'm talking about ultimate aliens, fusions, and whatever else he can deal with. Because he will need all of it to take on 682. Full Ben 10 arsenal. I'm talking about to the max. Pull even that one weird item from the video games that goes on Waybig's chest. And it'll be a showdown for the century. Imagine it. Ben 10 and turns into Echo. He turns his watch and he's able to make thousands of Ben 10s that's able to create hundreds and hundreds of thousands of different aliens, Ultimatrix, everything. He can even pull himself from other universes. Imagine it. Ultimate Ben 10s and Ben 10 thousands from different universes trying to take 682. Here's the problem. 682 cannot die. And the real fight would be versus Alien X. That's the only caveat to this. I think the only alien that could take him on would be the Alien X. Keep in mind, 682 has survived nearly everything. But that's why I said it's a if. But I would actually give this fight to 682. I love Ben 10. I've been watching Ben 10 since I was a kid. But unfortunately, I have to give this to 682. But this is just my opinion. Tell me yours. On to the next fight. Number 4. Benararu from Reincarnation as a Slime, or that time I got reincarnated as the Slime, versus Endeavor. Now, both of these characters are flame users, practically, and you might be thinking to yourself, hey Zach, wouldn't a better fight between Benaramu be Natsu? I wouldn't really think about that, or even Ace from One Piece, but hear me out. In the current chapter of My Hero Academia, I can't remember the actual chapter name, but it's Endeavor versus Dabi, and he's going all out. Now, from my calculations, since I would put Endeavor's max output at small island level. That would be approximately I want to say 10,000? 20,000 pounds of TNT? Keep in mind, my math might be a little bit off. But that's not including Benamaru, who Tempest. That's the thing. And these two characters are so... Yeah, no, I'm not going to kid around. Benamaru takes this. I just really wanted Endeavor and Benamaru to face off. I just want to see the fight. It would be awesome to see Benamaru sending over his Hellfire Blaze Bomb. I can't remember the actual name at this point in time. And Endeavor going in with his pure martial arts, or dodging and weaving, him going in to punch him in the stomach, sending him through the atmosphere. It would be awesome to fight. We'll see in animation. But I have to give it to Benimaru, who he's just a straight up better companion to this. Now, could I be wrong? Sure. But from what I see from the anime and the manga, he's the clear winner here. Sorry, Endeavor. That's why you don't abuse your kid. On to the next fight. Number 5. Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins versus Madara Uchiha from Naruto Shippuden. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, you're putting up a person that has lived for close to 200 years versus a kid that's probably only been around for 17 or 15. Seriously, look at him. He's just a kid. Come on, what are you thinking? No. No. You see, here's the little thing that you don't realize. What? Meliodas is a give or take 7,000-8,000 years old. Now, that does not include his time in the demon realm that makes his age faster than normal, but I would put his max age around 18,000. And Madara Uchiha, he would be in his undead state. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, now, I'm going to give Madara Uchiha his sixth path state. But here's the thing. Versus Meliodas is at the end of the series, Meliodas would be able to beat 3 to 4 Madara Uchihas together. Reason being his Hellfire Flames. You might be thinking, Zach, what is that? Basically, it's his dark flame attack that basically stops regeneration. It permanently scarred Bond, who had the life elixir, the Fountain of Youth in his system. And it permanently scarred him, which nothing up to that point and could do so. So I would have to give this fight to Meliodas, but I'm going to say this. Yes, I am very biased on Meliodas. Very biased. But you might be thinking, didn't Madara summon 2 meteors down to Earth and crush it? Well, I do believe that Meliodas could easily survive that. Well, because his little friend, and just a tiny little friend, and called, I forgot her name. Susan? I forgot her name. I'm going to be completely 100% honest. Not Merlin, not King. It's definitely not Bond. Not Gother. Think. What is her name? It isn't the big pig. Come on. Diane. That's her name. Diane. Here's the thing. All the way back in and the if you've watched the uh, anime, if you fully remember, in the anime, Diane sent down her Mother Earth catastrophe. And I would put that attack at the same level as Madara's. Now, obviously, it wasn't from orbit, but it was practically the same height. Just give it a little bit more room. But here's the thing. That was when and he just awakened his demon form. Meliodas, at least. So I have no doubt that Uchiha would be destroyed by it. I'm giving it to Meliodas. Number 6. Popeye versus SpongeBob. Do I have to explain myself? They're both basically very similar to an extent. And I would love this. SpongeBob is immune to everything Popeye could spit at him, and Popeye is immune to pretty much everything of SpongeBob's. It would be an awesome cartoonish disaster. Now, who would win? I would have to give it to Popeye. Reason being is SpongeBob really has problems with Sandy. Yeah, especially in the early ages. Just and look at Popeye's gains on him. And look at his twigs. SpongeBob's twigs. He would compare himself to him and just feel bad and just don't want to fight. So I have to give this one to Popeye. On to the next fight. Number 7. Then, who is this? Megatron versus Voltron. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Zach, is that Ultron comparative to Voltron? Isn't Megatron about this big and Voltron about this big? Well, I never said they had to make sense. I just said that it would be an awesome fight. You could scale them. You could probably scale them to make them a little bit more of a better fight. Now, why do I think this would be a good fight? Voltron, at least his plasma sword, I want to say could cut through starships. That can go through hyperspace. Well, Megatron's rifle can destroy small planets, and it's at its maximum output. And Voltron has a real hard time with durability, and Megatron is a gladiator. Now you might be thinking, isn't there 5 heads in this one and 1 in this one? Yeah, but this wouldn't be the first time that he went up against multiple opponents, especially one that combined together to make it itself. I'm pretty sure there's a full series on that type. But that's just what I think. I would think it would be a pretty awesome fight, back and forth. Or they would probably step in because they'll see another dictator, and he'll step in because he probably doesn't recognize this weird robot thing, and he wants to know if it's a Decepticon or an Autobot. By the way, it's going to be at the bottom of his boot by the end of the day. Now, who would win this fight? Well, I would have to give it to Voltron. Only because Voltron is really speedy. Well, Megatron is fast. I don't think you could combat Voltron. Now, would it be a long endeavor? Oh, yes. But at the end of the day, I do believe it will be Voltron. Number 8. TMNT versus TMNT. Now, you might be thinking, wait, that makes no sense. Why are you having 2 of the same characters fighting each other? That's not true. Well, one series is a little bit more childish than the other, but here's the thing. They're both awesome series, and I would love to see this fight. And they're not and guess what? They're both used to dimensional travel, and I want to say at least this one at other versions of itself, including this one. So it'll be a quite interesting show seeing each one of these things fighting another. Imagine Wrath versus Wrath. And at the end of the day, it's Donnie versus Donnie. Heck, let's mix it up. Let's say it's Leo versus Donnie from one series and Michelangelo versus Raphael from another. Imagine, it would be awesome. But which series do I think would come out on top? Well, seeing how one series could turn into a dragon while the other one has never shown anything advanced other than getting their stuff from their friend, that talking robot, I would have to give the victory to 2003. But that's just my opinion. Number 9. Ladybug versus Spider-Gwen and Miraculous versus Marvel. Now, you might be thinking, hey, wait, this is a really weird mashup. One's a Disney character, one's a Marvel. Yeah, but they both contain in the same franchise. So I think this one is most likely to happen actually in canon in the Disney universe, them being pulled together. But either way, who do I think would actually win? Well, Spider-Gwen has spider sense, while Miraculous has her weird gadgets and everything in between. Now, well, Spider-Gwen has a lot more fighting experience, but Miraculous has weird gadgets and it's whatnot. Now I can't remember completely, but Miraculous has a time traveling bug. But I could be wrong about that. For Ladybug, I could be wrong. I want to say it's a. If I sat here and try to remember every single thing that's happened in the show, well, I will be sitting there for a while. But who do I think would win? And at the end of the day, both at its max capacity, I would give it to Spider-Gwen. Only because there's dimensional travel and everything in between. It would be quite awesome. And plus, Spider-Gwen has gone up against other characters that are a lot stronger than her and came out on top, while Miraculous hasn't shown that capability. Her biggest fight is with a middle old man that can't, let's be honest, can't really do much fighting. But that's just my opinion. Tell me yours in the comments. Number 10. Now, this next one. And this one is a one-sided stomp, but I truly want to see it. But unfortunately, I cannot because of reasons. Natsu versus Naruto. These two characters would be so awesome to see in battle. True, Natsu, who is similar to Sasuke, and we both know how. I think we all know how that fight went. It's not hard to see that Naruto would defeat Natsu, but imagine the two coming at each other blow to blow. Oh, now I'm going to make myself perfectly clear. I don't think Natsu could beat Naruto when he gets to the Pain arc. Or I think he would be outmatched, but I can't be wrong. I would say I would say about Pain, give or take, Pain. But he has gone up against the dragon that killed other high-tier dragons and defeated him, but it was more of a Soul Link type thing. And plus the anime and the manga is still going on for both these characters. But yeah, no, I don't think Natsu has a chance. So this fight unfortunately has to go to Naruto. But anyway, this was my predictions for and it's for a death battle. Now, would any of these ideas actually come to fruition? Probably not. Probably not. But would it be awesome to see? Obviously. But I've been Zach, and I have a couple announcements before the end of my show. First things first, my Five Nights at Freddy's timeline. I am working on it. Five Nights at Freddy's has a lot of information to dig through. Oh, I'm talking about a lot. So, give me about another month and I'll have my timeline out. Hopefully. Hopefully. I will say the last episode was a mess, and I had a slight panic attack in the middle of it. But I am Zach. Hopefully you come back. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell. Oh, just a little bell. Ding. And remember, I'm always here. And this channel is based off opinions. And tell me yours down in the comments. Oh, and if you have a series that you want to comment on, tell me about it. Bye.